This show was very disappointing, to say the least. Um, like, none of the characters really fit their actors. In my opinion, me and my friend watched this show together, like we have been with all the Mortal Kombat stuff I've been watching recently. Because we both like Mortal Kombat. He wasn't a huge fan of this one either. I know more about the lore and know more of the characters than he does. But that's not really relevant. So let's talk about the actual show now. First two episodes follow Jax and Sonya, kinda. I think my friend summed it up best. He said, first two episodes just felt like a Law and Order episode. And they really did. The second episode ends with Kano being set up as Kano. He gets his metal implant and he gets his eye. He never shows up again in this entire season. And season 2 doesn't really have Kano's name in any of the episodes. Even though episode 1 and 2 had his name in it for this season. Baraka is in here, but his outfit is very cheap. He got some pretty cool kills, but his costume just looks like a goblin. It looks like a goblin. It does not look like Baraka. Shao Kahn shows up. He's better than Shao Kahn from Annihilation. That's all I can say for that. Sub-Zero's costume looks incredibly cheap. Because later it just looks like he's wearing a coat. That wasn't even in the show. Scorpion also has this weird mask where you can see his nose. It's very weird. Like, you can see sides of his nose. That doesn't seem like practical in fights. I don't remember him wearing that. Yeah, look at that. That kind of looks like a coat, does it not? It looks like, oh, Mom told me I can't murder people unless I put a coat on, so. Yeah, a lot of the costumes are painfully cheap. I think I just saw Baraka. Yeah, that's Baraka in this show. Annihilation made Baraka way better, and that was a 90s movie that had a lot of cheap costumes. Katana and Melina was awful, in my opinion. The Raiden one was definitely very different, which they start the episode off with that, saying it's a different take on Mortal Kombat. Then, of course, we get Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and then Cyrax and Sector. Now I want to talk about a few positives. Cyrax and Sector look absolutely amazing. They look like they came straight out of the games. They look amazing. Definitely spent most of their budget on Cyrax and Sector. Episode 3 with Johnny Cage was really good too. It had the only two jokes that I liked. And it was the only interesting episode. Besides the final Cyrax and Sector. I thought Cyrax and Sector was pretty decent. But I didn't like any of the episodes besides episode 3 and 9. Episode 3 follows Johnny Cage. There's two funny jokes, like Johnny's trying to get these people to hire him, but he's kind of washed up now. A lot of people think his acting is fake. And he tells him, of course it's fucking fake. It's a movie. I thought that was a pretty good line delivery and a joke. I mean, Jax was decent enough. Johnny was decent enough. We didn't see enough of Cyrax and Sector to really get an opinion on them in my opinion. But I still think they were decent. I didn't like Sonya. I didn't really care for Scorpion. Quan Chi shows up for a bit. He looks decent. It's definitely a very different show. And also, I would this other one where he asks him what he thinks, and the director dude is like, the more I watched it, the more pissed I got. Well, you just described me watching this show. But overall, if you do watch this, it's not a total waste of time. It's a fun bad that you can watch with a friend. And it's pretty short. Each episode is like 13 minutes or less. Most of the episodes are only like 10 minutes. I'll eventually be watching season 2 the next time I hang out with my friend. And I'll review it. It's not very good, so I don't think season 2 will be very good. Though at least we get Kung Lao in season 2.